Welcome back to Sports Betting 101. Now here today we're going to recap everything that happened yesterday because it was a wild night for the NBA. 76ers Mavericks, I gave you a live update on them, and I split my picks on that one. I took Sixers money line because I thought Joel was going to just dominate him, which, I mean, he kind of did, but it was not enough to beat what Luka and Kyrie were doing. I've never seen two players play basketball like that before. That was insane. But I told you to take Luka's overs. Those obviously all cashed. And then I told you 76ers money line. Didn't happen. You know, it is what it is. The live ones don't go on my record. So obviously you take those bets with a grain of salt. But DeLon Wright, he was one of my picks last night. I really thought he was gonna. I really thought he was gonna get it. He had his line at 8.5. He finishes with 7. He was the only leg in my 6-leg parlay last night that didn't cash. Cost me like $2,000. But you know, it is what it is. It makes me physically ill. But you know, what are you gonna do? Same thing with Clay. He scores 12 in the first quarter. I'm literally gonna throw up. And then he ends up cashing my under 25.5. I figured, I mean, Kawhi and Paul George, come on, like, I can't believe they got destroyed like they got destroyed. They fell apart in the second half completely. It was pretty embarrassing, but Jordan Poole, shout out to him, he went dummy. But with that being said, we're going to get into today's video. Now, I am shooting 100% of my locks. Remember that. I'm shooting 100% of my locks, and I have another one today. Remember, the other one was Darius Garland, 6.5. I put my entire account on that. Now, don't do that. I would not recommend doing that, but sometimes you got to boss up and throw some risky bets down. So, put my entire account on that. He cashed easily. So, today, I got another bet my entire account. Not literally. I didn't bet my entire account on this one, but I put a lot on Nikola Jokic triple-double. Now, if you come over here, we can go down to the game. Ignore the parlay I got on the screen right now. We'll talk about that later. Now, if you go down here, you're going to see that his triple-double line is at -120. See, I locked in at +110 at like 1 o'clock in the morning last night. So, I got a little better odds than you guys are going to get, but what are you going to do? It's still a good bet, still worth it. Still worth it to place the wager down for sure. He's done this 7 of the last 10. He did it especially against the Grizzlies in their last game, even though they got killed. So I don't think there's really any risk here. I think he averages a triple-double, and he's playing below defensive. He's not. I mean, their team really isn't that bad defensively, but you know, no Steven Adams, so I don't think they're really going to be able to do anything to stop Jokic. Now, a triple-double is a big ask, but I think he gets it here today for sure, and I'm locking in this as a lock. I'm 100% on my locks. He's going on this lock page, so with that being said, we'll go into our next pick, which is going to be in the same game. Now, scroll a little bit up, you're going to see Ja Morant's double-double line. We're taking the not to double-double. It's -135. He's only had a double-double in 1 of the last 9 games. And honestly, I'm expecting the Nuggets to come out here and destroy this Grizzlies team. I'm not going to lie. The Grizzlies, they snuck them in the first matchup earlier. Now, I think that the Nuggets retaliate, kind of like how the 76ers beat the Heat. Similar to that. They lose at home, and then they absolutely destroy them without Embiid. It is what it is. It's like, you know, it's competition. Like, you lose on your home court, you want that revenge. Now, this is kind of a little different. They're going back to the Nuggets home court, which is an advantage for us, and a huge disadvantage for the Grizzlies and their fans, because let's be real, the Nuggets are about to get some revenge on them today. But that is my second pick. Now, we can address this parlay on the right. See, we got Kevin Durant to score 21 points and Phoenix -1.5 as the first leg. Now, usually, I don't like doing these type of same-game parlays because same-game parlays are a scam. They really are. You're never going to be able to predict a game that accurately. You're basically, when you have more than 2 or 3 legs in a same-game parlay, you're saying that you're going to predict this game exactly how it works, and that is low probability. Now, picking a player's point total and them to win, that's not a bad strategy because, I mean, if Kevin Durant goes out here and scores 30, and they're probably going to win. But they got his line at 20.5. I'm thinking if Kevin plays 25 minutes, he played 26 minutes in the game first. in his first game back. Now, if he plays 25 minutes of this game, I think he definitely scores 21. I really don't think that's much asking. You're scoring 5 points a quarter, and then 6 in one quarter. It's like really not that big of an ask. The Bulls, they're not a good basketball team. I wish they were. I love their players on the team, but they can't win basketball games. They fall apart in the second half, and it's really just embarrassing. Maybe if they had Lonzo, shout out Lonzo Ball, but yeah, so Bulls, definitely think they're going to lose the Suns, probably by 10, honestly. I'm taking them on the all line at -1.5, but, you know, I always play it safe on spreads. I don't take the spreads. Sports books know too much, so that leg is +145. Now we go back to the Nuggets game. We're taking Jokic to score 21, same thing as KD, and the Nuggets -2.5. Like I said earlier, the Nuggets, I think they're going to win. I'm not going to lie. I think they're going to win by 10 too, but these are all good bets. Jokic scores 24 a game, 25 a game. Like, he's a really, like, this is a really low line for him. I think this was the lowest. I think it's at like -240 or something. But these are my picks. Now, tomorrow is the return of the king, Jon Bones Jones. Now, I will be making a video on that entire card. Who to pick, who not to pick, what you should low-key bet, some likes, some leans, everything involved. Now, Valentina Shevchenko and Bones on the co-main event. I think it's going to be a wild night for the UFC. If you don't watch the UFC, this is like Michael Jordan coming out of retirement. Jon is the GOAT, undisputed GOAT. So look out for that video. Keep watching Sports Betting 101 and have a good day.